All right, so I kind of decided to glue the rear section here, and the reason being is I wanted to set a little bit, and then I can maneuver the front section, because this is the start. This is where I want to start with. It's late at night, of course, as usual, so I just degreased the surface, this rail here, and next I will be applying some glue. This is the old roof, so I don't care for it, so I'm gonna keep it as like a drip barrier, if you will. And this portion I'm not doing tonight. I only want to do the most important portion, pretty much this portion and the one under, like that. Okay, so just this railing here, I want to tighten that up. Now the cables are through. They will get connected to these things, and what's also needed was that the trims. I had to trim these areas here because the rivets, I'm not gonna use different rivets, because I don't think it's possible. I was going to, but regardless. Then the replacement canvas came, where the set screw is here and the material ends here. So I had to re-drill the areas where I put my own set screw for this portion, because well, just came short. It's like not long enough. This area is cut, and this is where the set screw would have been. So I had to move them up slightly so I can actually put my own screws in. I have a little mark here because once material is glued, you don't know where the hole is, the opening for the screw. So therefore you have to, well, I just made my mark, so I'm gonna punch through it, then I'm gonna run the screw into it, so it's going to stay tensed, because I have phobia about these corners, because as many roofs I've seen done, these corners, those are the first ones to flip upwards. So that is something that I do not want to happen. So therefore I want to make sure that the set screw are here, they're in place, and this area will have very little glue, and also the tension on the rear portion, so it tilts downwards a little bit. That I also want to make sure that happens. So that is that. Couple of, like I said, couple of points here. And then locks are off. I'm just gonna let it be. Well, that's just what I'm gonna do. The portion that goes over that I'm going to do later, because like I said, I just want to have this line straight first, the stitching and everything. So let it set well, and then I can play around with the over pass here, so I can play with the stitching just to make the stitch go straight. Then it's going to be much more fun parts to line up the bar, that bar, the crossbar here, the chrome one. That's going to be an interesting one, because those stitches also to be lined up. But I just want to make sure that my rears are fine, so I can tighten up and tense the roof, and then start off on the mid bar. Yeah, because this is like two things. If you don't do this one right, then the roof is going to start flipping upwards. You're not going to do that one right, then either it's going to start flipping or it's going to be not straight. So first things first. My center lines are still set. That's my center line right there. I got some lights, and it's like 9 p.m. right now, so I'm going to be in it for a little bit. Also, this line here, the mark is where to end gluing, because I don't want to put extra glue where it does not need to be. The replacement canvas came with these patches, and they're important because they cover the screws. This is going to be a screw later on. That's later on. That's on the center bar. So they came with very little glue, so I glued them up a little better. So now they remain. Again, some trimming. And same patch on the other side also was glued up, extra glue, just to have it so it never falls off, right? So that's the idea. All right, so that's the other addition to this roof replacement. Yeah, the bar cleaned up very well. Yeah, it's a previous video about the bar. A couple of little pieces of glue still remain, but that doesn't bother me at all because the new glue will go over the areas where I need it to go. It's just whatever, it doesn't matter. It's just that the corners are corners are important. All right, so for now, this is where we are, and I'll continue working and add to this video probably later.